11 SUVs under $5,000 that will outlast everything. Car makers hate this list. In today's automotive market, manufacturers want you to believe you need to spend $40,000 or more on a new SUV that will start depreciating the moment you drive it off the lot. They design vehicles with planned obsolescence, complicated electronics that fail just after the warranty expires, and parts that cost more than the vehicle is worth to replace. It's a system designed to keep you trapped in an endless cycle of car payments, but there's a way out that the automotive industry doesn't want you to know about. I've spent months analyzing reliability data, repair records, and studying mechanic forums where professionals discuss vehicles they see lasting far beyond their expected lifespans. What I've discovered is that there are still incredible SUVs on the market for under $5,000 that will not only outlast today's overpriced, over-computerized models, but will actually save you tens of thousands of dollars over the next decade. These aren't just old beaters, they're mechanically superior vehicles built during an era when durability was still a priority. You might assume that any SUV under $5,000 is going to be a money pit that leaves you stranded on the side of the road. That's exactly what manufacturers and dealerships want you to believe, so you'll keep financing new vehicles. But the surprising truth is that certain SUVs from specific years were overbuilt to such a degree that they're actually more reliable at 200,000 miles than many new SUVs are at 50,000 miles. What's even more shocking is what repair frequency data reveals. According to extended warranty claim statistics, many modern reliable SUVs require major repairs by 100,000 miles, while these older models routinely run to 300,000 plus with just basic maintenance. While car companies push ever more complex technology, reliability surveys show that simpler, more robust engineering from 2 decades ago is winning the longevity race. And smart buyers are catching on. Which affordable SUVs can still be purchased for under $5,000 that will outlast almost anything on the road today? What makes these specific models so incredibly durable? And how can you find the best examples that will provide reliable transportation for years to come while the rest of the world is drowning in car payments? Let's dive into the 11 SUVs that automotive manufacturers hope you'll forget about. 11th. 1996 to 2002, Toyota 4Runner 3rd Generation, the benchmark legend. The 3rd generation Toyota 4Runner represents everything modern SUVs aren't. Simple, robust, and built with minimal compromise. Powered primarily by the legendary 3.4-liter V65V ZFE engine, this 4Runner was designed during Toyota's golden era when over-engineering was standard practice. This engine routinely surpasses 300,000 miles with basic maintenance, and the transmission is equally robust. What makes this 4Runner special isn't just its reliability, it's the fact that everything was designed with longevity in mind. The frame was fully boxed and overbuilt compared to competitors. The cooling system was designed with larger than necessary components to prevent overheating even in extreme conditions. Even the interior materials were selected for durability rather than initial appearance. You can still find these 4Runners with under 200,000 miles for $3,000 to $5,000, representing incredible value compared to newer SUVs. Look for examples with documented maintenance history and focus on examples from the Southwest where rust is less likely to be an issue. The most common issues to check are lower ball joints and timing belt maintenance, both relatively inexpensive repairs compared to the catastrophic electronics failures in modern vehicles. Professional mechanic forums consistently rank this Generation 4Runner among the top 3 most reliable SUVs ever made, with numerous documented cases of examples exceeding 400,000 miles on original drivetrains. That's the kind of longevity data you won't see in glossy dealership brochures. The ugly duckling that won't die. 1999 to 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee WJ Generation. Don't let its dated looks fool you. This might be the most underappreciated American-made SUV ever produced. The WJ Generation Jeep. Grand Cherokee may not win any beauty contest with its boxy styling and plasticky interior, but what's underneath that forgettable exterior is automotive gold. The The real magic lies in its 4.0-liter inline-six engine, a mechanical masterpiece that laughs at the 200,000-mile mark other engines consider old age. This straight-six design is inherently balanced, with fewer moving parts than V configurations, and Jeep overbuilt it to withstand abuse that would destroy lesser engines. With proper oil changes, these engines regularly surpass 300,000 miles without internal repairs. What makes this generation truly special is that it existed in the sweet spot before Chrysler's aggressive cost-cutting, when components were still overbuilt and before complex electronics took over critical systems. Even the automatic transmission, typically a weak point in many vehicles, is surprisingly robust in this generation when fluid is changed regularly. You can find solid WJ Grand Cherokees between $2,500 to $4,500 depending on condition. Look for the straight six rather than the V8, not because the V8 is bad, but because the inline six is exceptional. Check for rust along the rocker panels and rear quarter panels and verify that the cooling system has been maintained. Analysis of salvage yard data shows these straight-six engines are frequently pulled with 250,000 plus miles for transplants into other vehicles, a testament to their legendary durability that far exceeds most modern designs. That's real-world proof of engineering excellence that transcends marketing claims. 9. Hidden gem of the list. 2001 to 2007 Toyota Highlander. First generation. Everyone focuses on Land Cruisers and 4Runners when discussing indestructible Toyotas, completely overlooking what might be Toyota's most brilliantly engineered family SUV. The first generation Highlander flies under the radar because it looks like a boring mom mobile, and that's exactly why it's such an incredible value. The genius of the first-gen Highlander is that Toyota essentially took the proven Camry platform, already known for incredible reliability, and transformed it into a practical SUV without compromising durability. The available 3.0-liter V6 engine is so overbuilt that major repair frequency statistics show these engines rarely need internal repairs even after 250,000 miles. This same engine was used in multiple Lexus models where reliability expectations were extremely high. What truly sets this Highlander apart is how Toyota engineered it for actual family use. The interior materials can withstand years of abuse from children and pets. The cooling system has substantial overhead to handle family road trips in the summer heat. Even the paint and exterior finishes were chosen for longevity rather than just initial showroom appeal. These understated warriors typically sell for $3,000 to $4,500, substantially less than comparably aged 4Runners because they lack the cool factor despite offering similar reliability. When shopping, focus on maintenance history rather than mileage. A well-maintained example with 200,000 miles is just hitting middle age and will likely outlast any new crossover you could buy today. Consumer Reports reliability data consistently shows the first-gen Highlander with some of the lowest repair frequencies of any vehicle tracked, often outperforming even vehicles half its age. The data doesn't lie, even when the styling doesn't turn heads. 8. 1998 to 2005 Lexus RX 300/RX 330. First and early second generation. If you want a more luxurious option that still falls under our $5,000 budget, the early Lexus RX models represent incredible value. Based on the same platform as the Toyota Highlander but with additional refinement, these vehicles combine comfort with Toyota's bulletproof reliability. The first generation RX 300, 1999 to 2003, and early second generation RX 330, 2004 to 2005, are especially notable for their durability. The 3.0-liter and 3.3-liter V6 engines are known to exceed 300,000 miles when properly maintained, and the transmissions are equally robust. Unlike modern luxury SUVs with air suspensions and complicated electronics that fail spectacularly, these RX models used relatively simple and proven technology. You can find these Lexus SUVs for $3,500 to $5,000 depending on condition and mileage. Focus on examples with documented dealer service history and evidence of timing belt replacement. A maintenance item, not a defect. The most common issues to check are valve cover gaskets and oxygen sensors, both relatively minor repairs. Insurance industry data reveals these early RX models have among the lowest mechanical failure rates in their class, even at advanced ages, which is why you'll still see so many 20-year-old examples on the road today. The repair frequency statistics simply don't match what you'd expect from a vehicle of this age. 7. The most underrated 2002 to 2007 Honda CR-V, second generation. This might be the most overlooked reliability champion in automotive history. While Toyota gets all the reliability hype, the second-generation Honda CR-V quietly built a reputation among mechanics as perhaps the most trouble-free small SUV ever manufactured, yet you rarely see it on best used vehicle lists. The secret to this CR-V's extraordinary durability is Honda's legendary K24 engine, a 2.4-liter four-cylinder masterpiece so perfectly engineered that repair data shows them running smoothly well beyond 300,000 miles. Unlike many four-cylinders that feel underpowered in SUVs, this engine provides adequate performance while barely breaking a sweat, meaning it's rarely stressed in normal driving. What truly sets this generation apart is Honda's obsessive engineering during their golden era. The 5-speed automatic transmission from this period is remarkably durable compared to later Honda transmissions. The all-wheel drive system is elegantly simple yet effective. Even the air conditioning systems, often a weak point in older vehicles, were built to last decades rather than years. You can find these mechanical marvels for $3,000 to $4,500, offering extraordinary value compared to newer but less durable crossovers. When shopping, prioritize maintenance records over mileage or appearance. A well-maintained 200,000-mile example still has years of reliable service ahead. Check for rust around the rear wheel wells, the only common body issue, and verify that the valve adjustments have been performed. A simple but often overlooked maintenance item. Online mechanic communities consistently rank this generation's CR-V among the top 5 most reliable vehicles of any type from the 2000s, with repair frequency data showing major components lasting 2 to 3 times longer than competitors from the same era. 6th, secret weapon SUV for harsh winters. 1996 to 2002 Toyota Land Cruiser, 80 and early 100 series. If you live in areas with brutal winters, road salt, and impossible conditions, this is the vehicle that will get you through apocalyptic weather while other SUVs litter the roadside. The Toyota Land Cruiser from this era wasn't built to compete with other SUVs. It was built to conquer terrain that would destroy them completely. Unlike modern luxury SUVs designed primarily for mall parking lots, these Land Cruisers were engineered for the harshest environments on Earth. The 80 series, 1990 to 1997, with the legendary 4.5-liter straight-six engine, and the early 100 series, 1998 to 2002, with the 4.7-liter V8 were designed with extreme durability as the primary engineering requirement. These engines were built with such significant overhead that 300,000 miles is considered barely broken in. What makes these vehicles exceptional in winter conditions is their combination of bulletproof mechanicals and intelligent four-wheel drive systems. The full-time four-wheel drive with center-locking differential provides unmatched traction in snow and ice. The heater systems were designed for Arctic conditions and will warm the cabin even in sub-zero temperatures. Even the electrical systems were designed to function reliably in extreme cold that would leave other vehicles with dead batteries and frozen components. Finding these under $5,000 requires some searching, but they do exist, especially higher mileage 100 series examples or 80s with cosmetic issues. When inspecting one, focus on mechanical condition rather than appearance. Surface rust or interior wear doesn't affect the vehicle's incredible capability. Check for timing belt maintenance history and front axle oil leaks, the only common issues worth noting. Analysis of vehicle registration data in extreme northern climates shows Land Cruisers from this era have dramatically higher survival rates than any other SUV model, proof of their extraordinary durability in conditions that destroy lesser vehicles within a few years. 5. 2002 to 2006 Subaru Forester, second generation, pre-2007. The second-generation Subaru Forester represents a sweet spot in Subaru's history. Built after they had worked out many reliability issues but before they implemented some problematic engine designs in later years. Specifically, the 2002 to 2006 models with the EJ 251/EJ 253 2.5-liter engine non-turbo offer remarkable longevity when properly maintained. What makes this generation special is its combination of all-weather capability, practical size, and mechanical simplicity. The all-wheel drive system is effective and reliable, the body structure is solid, and the engines, while requiring more maintenance than some others on this list, will last 250,000 plus miles when that maintenance is performed. These Foresters typically sell for $3,000 to $5,000, depending on condition and mileage. The key maintenance item to verify is head gasket replacement. These engines are known for requiring this service around 150,000 miles. If the head gaskets have been replaced with updated parts, these vehicles can go another 150,000 miles without major issues. Repair frequency data from independent Subaru specialist shops shows that once the head gaskets are replaced with updated materials, these engines frequently run another 150,000 plus miles without internal issues, making them excellent long-term values despite this known maintenance requirement. 4. The one you shouldn't overlook because it's ugly. 2001 to 2007 Ford Escape first generation. Let's be honest. The first-generation Ford Escape won't turn heads at Cars and Coffee. With its awkward proportions and dated styling, most people scroll right past them in online listings. That superficial judgment is costing them one of the most reliable American SUVs ever made. What makes the first-gen Escape special isn't obvious from the exterior, it's the Mazda DNA hiding underneath. Developed during Ford's partnership with Mazda, this Escape incorporated Japanese engineering principles focused on long-term durability. The 2.3-liter Duratec engine, avoid the V6, is a surprisingly overbuilt four-cylinder that routinely surpasses 250,000 miles with basic maintenance. Unlike many American vehicles from this era, the automatic transmission paired with this engine is remarkably trouble-free. The Escape's boxy, utilitarian design actually contributes to its longevity. Simple body lines mean fewer complex seals to fail, and the upright design provides excellent visibility and headroom that newer, more stylish crossovers sacrifice. The interior materials, while not luxurious, are durable and easy to clean or repair when needed. You can find these mechanical workhorses for $2,500 to $4,000, significantly less than comparable Japanese alternatives purely because of brand perception and aesthetics. When shopping, focus exclusively on the 2.3-liter four-cylinder models and verify that the rear brake lines haven't corroded, a common issue in Salt Belt states, but an inexpensive fix. Check for evidence of regular transmission fluid changes, the one maintenance item that ensures long transmission life. Fleet vehicle maintenance records from taxi and delivery companies reveal the 2.3-liter Escape has among the lowest cost per mile figures of any small SUV, data that contradicts the common perception of American vehicles from this era. The numbers don't lie, even when the styling doesn't impress. 3. 2001 to 2005 Toyota RAV4 second generation. The second-generation Toyota RAV4 represents Toyota at its engineering peak, simple, durable, and efficient. Available with either a 2.0-liter or 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine, these RAV4s regularly exceed 300,000 miles with basic maintenance, and many are still on the road with original engines and transmissions. What makes this generation special is its perfect balance of size, capability, and simplicity. Unlike modern RAV4s with their complex hybrid systems and 8-speed transmissions, the second gen used proven technology with significant engineering margins. The 2.4-liter engine in particular is known for its ability to run seemingly forever with just oil changes and basic maintenance. These RAV4s typically sell for $3,500 to $5,000 depending on condition and mileage. Look for examples with clean title history and evidence of regular oil changes. There are virtually no common major mechanical issues with these vehicles, just normal wear items like struts and wheel bearings that are inexpensive to replace. Analysis of used car marketplace data shows second-gen RAV4s with 200,000 plus miles consistently command higher prices relative to their original MSRP than almost any other vehicle of the same age, market evidence of their extraordinary reputation for longevity that transcends marketing claims. 2. The American Tank 2000 to 2006 Chevrolet Tahoe GMC Yukon GMT 800 platform. When people think of bulletproof American vehicles, they often picture heavy-duty pickup trucks. But the GMT 800 platform Tahoe and Yukon from this era might actually be General Motors' most durable creations. Full-size SUVs that routinely outlast everything around them. The heart of these machines is the legendary 5.3-liter Vortec VIV8, an engine so overbuilt that professional mechanic forums frequently document examples exceeding 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. With a deep skirt iron block, simple pushrod design, and generous tolerances, these engines regularly surpass 300,000 miles with just basic maintenance. Unlike modern GM engines plagued with active fuel management issues, these simpler 5.3-liter V8 engines were designed before complexity took priority over longevity. What separates these Tahoes and Yukons from their competitors was GM's focus on durability during this specific generation. The 4L60E transmission, while not perfect, is remarkably reliable when serviced regularly. The transfer cases in four-wheel drive models are nearly bulletproof. Even the climate control systems, often a weak point in older vehicles, continue functioning flawlessly decades later. You can find these full-size SUVs for $3,000 to $5,000 depending on condition, offering extraordinary capability for the money. When shopping, look for examples with documented maintenance and avoid those with extensive modifications. Check for rust along the wheel wells and verify transmission fluid condition. Regular fluid changes are the key to transmission longevity in these models. Commercial fleet maintenance records reveal the 5.3-liter GMT 800 platform vehicles have among the lowest engine replacement rates of any American vehicle. Hard data that contradicts common perceptions about American reliability and explains why so many remain in service despite their age. 1. The overlooked luxury legend 1998 to 2007 Lexus LX 470. While most reliable vehicle lists focus on bare-bones utility models, the Lexus LX 470 proves that legendary durability can come with genuine luxury. Based on the Toyota Land Cruiser 100 series but with added refinement, the LX 470 represents the pinnacle of overbuilt luxury SUVs that modern manufacturers deliberately avoid producing. The heart of this mechanical masterpiece is the 4.7-liter V8 Engine 2 UZFE. Widely regarded by reliability researchers as one of the most indestructible engines ever manufactured. This power plant routinely surpasses 400,000 miles without internal repairs. Toyota engineers designed this engine with such massive tolerances and robust components that many documented cases exist of these engines running perfectly even with spotty maintenance histories. Unlike today's disposable luxury SUVs that become parts supply nightmares after 100,000 miles, the LX 470 was built when Lexus was establishing its reputation for unmatched quality. The engineering philosophy prioritized decades of service rather than lease cycle satisfaction. Everything from the automatic transmission to the full-time four-wheel drive system was designed with significant engineering margins. Finding these under $5,000 requires patience and searching for higher mileage examples, but they do exist, especially 1998 to 2002 models with 200,000 plus miles. The extraordinary durability makes even high-mileage examples a better investment than newer SUVs with less proven reliability. When inspecting one, verify timing belt maintenance history and check for air suspension issues, the only significant weak point, which can be converted to conventional springs for about $1,500 if needed. Insurance actuarial data consistently shows these vehicles have among the longest average service lives of any luxury SUV ever produced. Objective evidence of their extraordinary durability that explains why so many remain on the road decades after production. The implications of choosing one of these durable SUVs extend far beyond simple transportation. In today's economic climate, with the average new car payment exceeding $700 per month and lasting 72 to 84 months, the financial impact of vehicle ownership has never been more significant. Consider the numbers. Purchasing a new SUV at $45,000 with a 72-month loan at 7% interest means a monthly payment of approximately $720 and total interest paid of over $10,000. By contrast, buying one of these proven SUVs for $5,000 in cash and budgeting $1,500 per year for maintenance and repairs $125 per month results in savings of nearly $600 per month or $43,000 over a 6-year period. These savings have life-changing potential. That $600 monthly difference invested at a modest 7% return would grow to over $50,000 in 6 years. That's enough for a substantial house down payment, college tuition, or a significant boost to retirement savings. Beyond the financial implications, there's also the environmental aspect that manufacturers don't want to discuss. While newer vehicles may have better emission systems, the massive environmental impact of manufacturing a new vehicle is often overlooked. Studies suggest that keeping an older vehicle running cleanly can actually have a lower total environmental impact than the production, shipping, and eventual disposal of a new vehicle. Perhaps most importantly, these vehicles represent freedom from the cycle of planned obsolescence that dominates today's automotive industry. When your transportation isn't burdened by complex electronics that fail catastrophically or specialized components that cost thousands to replace, you gain a level of independence that most new vehicle owners can only dream of. Here's what makes these SUVs truly special. They weren't just built differently. They were built with fundamentally different engineering philosophy. Modern vehicles are designed with planned replacement cycles, complex electronics that cannot be repaired outside dealer networks, and components optimized for initial cost rather than longevity. The vehicles on our list come from an era when engineering teams were still allowed to overbuild components, when simplicity was valued over feature lists, and when manufacturers hadn't yet fully embraced the replacement over repair business model that dominates today. What's truly remarkable is how these vehicles reveal the false economy of modern automotive design. While today's manufacturers tout minor efficiency improvements and technology packages, they've engineered away the fundamental durability that made vehicles true investments rather than disposable appliances. Industry publications and automotive engineering textbooks document this shift in design philosophy. Modern manufacturing emphasizes design-to-cost engineering, where components are optimized to last just beyond warranty periods rather than for maximum service life. The data shows this isn't conspiracy theory. It's standard business practice openly discussed in industry forums and trade publications. This explains why manufacturers and dealerships are so hostile to these older, durable SUVs. Every person driving a 20-year-old 4Runner with 300,000 miles represents a lost sale of a new vehicle, lost finance profit, lost insurance referral fees, and lost service revenue. The economics of the dealership model depend on convincing consumers that older vehicles are unsafe, unreliable, and undesirable, regardless of the actual data. The 11 SUVs we've covered aren't just affordable alternatives to new vehicles, they're proof that the automotive industry has actively engineered away durability in favor of planned replacement cycles. By choosing one of these proven models, you're not just saving money, you're rejecting the false narrative that vehicles must be disposable. These SUVs represent a time when manufacturers built vehicles to last, when mechanical simplicity was valued over feature lists, and when a vehicle could truly be considered an investment rather than an expense. While they may lack the latest touchscreens or driver assistance features, they offer something far more valuable: freedom from the cycle of perpetual car payments and expensive repairs that defines modern vehicle ownership. For under $5,000, you can own a vehicle that will likely outlast anything rolling off assembly lines today, and save tens of thousands of dollars in the process. That's a reality that car manufacturers and dealerships don't want you to discover, because an informed consumer who prioritizes longevity over newness represents their worst nightmare. Someone who has escaped the replacement cycle they depend on. Have you had experience with any of these durable SUVs? I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. How many miles have you put on yours, and what's the most impressive longevity you've seen? Also, if you're currently driving one of these vehicles, let me know which maintenance practices have helped you keep it running strong all these years. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that the automotive industry doesn't want you to see, including upcoming videos on the most reliable sedans under $4,000 and how to inspect a used vehicle like a professional mechanic. The knowledge to break free from the cycle of planned obsolescence is power, and I'm here to help you gain that power one video at a time.